Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Maison Marisol. It's 49-degree weather here in Miami and I'm totally soaking it up. I'm like an inner northerner that's super deprived living here in South Florida, so I'm like loving it. And so I also wanted to touch base with you all and kind of give you a little bit more of who I am. I started this channel because I love fashion. I want to share my love for fashion with all of you. And my love for fashion goes back to when I was a baby. I was always dressed up in the fanciest dresses and shoes. My grandmother, who was a fashionista herself, I was the first grandbaby and a girl at that. And so, she spoiled me like crazy. So, it's ingrained in me. I love fashion and it's the only thing I ever see myself doing. And it really is my passion. I love doing it. I love styling people. I love dressing up. I like putting together looks. I love to design. It's very much a creative outlet of mine where I can get my markers and my color pencils and sketch out designs. And so I also wanted to kind of give you like who I kind of see as an inspiration when it comes to fashion, and that would be Jennifer Lopez. I've been a fan of hers since, pretty much the beginning of her career. And I've seen her style evolve over the years, not only like fashion looks, but makeup and hair. And so I'm gonna kind of give you a story into how that love of mine for her developed. And it's just a little piece of me that I'm sharing with all of you. So I hope you enjoy. Thanks, bye. So today I wanted to talk about my love for Jennifer Lopez. So this love started when I was in high school. It was the beginning of her career. She had done the movie Selena. I was a big fan of Selena herself. It was devastating when she was killed. I think I was in my early years or my late years of elementary. And so when J-Lo did that movie, I was like, wow, she did a phenomenal job. I mean, she looked just like her. She could dance, and it was a great homage to Selena for sure. And I mean, it catapulted J-Lo's career. And so my favorite song from her first album, and it's still my favorite song of hers to this day, is Waiting for Tonight. That video, I loved the green, light work that was done, with all those laser lights. And she's like got this jungle vibe. She was just beautiful, stunning. I mean, she looked amazing. I loved the song. It's, good energy. It was, we were reaching, what was it, year 2000, Y2K. So she was kind of, I guess the story behind it was, everybody was freaking out that everything was going to crash, computers and all that junk. So that was 2000. I was a sophomore in high school. And so, I loved her. I loved her style, her dance, her fashion. So then 2001 comes along and I was watching the Today Show and I saw that she was going to be doing a summer concert series. So how old was I? I was going into my senior year of high school. So it was the summer of 2001. So I was 17. So I told my mom, I go, hey, J-Lo's going to be in New York and it's a free concert, so I need to go. So my mom got me tickets and I took a friend of mine who actually, I really didn't even know her that well. We just worked together at the same place. And she was like, yeah, I'll go with you. She was a couple years older than me. And we just winged it. I mean, we got on a plane. We get to New York City. I'm very familiar with New York because my mom was raised on Long Island. I have a lot of family that lives in Queens, Flushing, College Point. So I grew up going to New York every year and it's like my second home. I love it. I haven't been in a long time, but I love New York dearly. So I can get around. And so when I was 17, we get to LaGuardia. It's summer, so it's not even cold. We go to the city. We're just, hanging out. We go to the MAC store, checking out makeup. Until it was time to get to like Rockefeller Center. And we got there around 11 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night, maybe earlier. And so at that time, they're kind of just lining you up on the sidewalk around that area because it's all barricaded. And so it's 12 o'clock at night and me and her are just, sleeping on the cement in New York City because there was nowhere else for us to go. And so being there early afforded us the ability to be like front row. So we're there, you know, people are lining up behind us. We were pretty much first in line, to be honest with you. And so they eventually let us into the area, that center plaza area where you could see like Dean and DeLuca on the corner, and they have the stage set up, that whole area. And so it's like 4 a.m. at this time when they do that, 4 o'clock in the morning. And so, you know, we start just standing in the barricaded area and people are just kind of filtering in. And then eventually within like an hour, I think, she comes out and she's like with a bun, no makeup, sunglasses at like 4 a.m. In her like Juicy Couture type jumpsuit. And I'm like freaking out, and total like fangirl moment. And so she does like the rehearsal, right? And her dancers come out. And at that time she was married to that dancer, the bald one that did the video with her, Love Don't Cost a Thing. That dancer that she was married to, I think his name was Chris. And so we got to meet him as well. And whatever, it was fantastic. I mean, we were taking pictures of her and she's doing the sound check and all that. Okay, so it's like 5, 6, she goes off and she's got to go do hair and makeup. So we're still standing around. We really can't leave the area because once you leave the area, you kind of lose your spot, right? And so then, you know, eventually the news anchors, Matt Lauer, the other ones, I can't remember their names right now. But anyway, so they're like coming out and they're doing their, you know, intro segments and stuff like that. And we're just kind of hanging out in the area until it's time for her to come out and do the live show. And so, you know, I had made a sign for her with like, you know, magazine pullouts and I got on a poster board, your #1 fan from Miami. And so when I'm holding up the sign, she looks at me and she's like, "You came all the way from Miami?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, yes I did." 17, totally freaking out, enjoying the moment, loving it. And I was just like immersed in her there. So took lots of pictures. And back then we didn't have like iPhones. So, you know, we had rolls of film that we took to Eckerd's, which is now CVS. And so I have all those, you know, photos in photo paper, I guess. And it was just an amazing experience. I had so much fun. It was one of those, you know, things that you do when you're young and you're spontaneous, you're fearless, you just do things like that. And you're not thinking that, you know, anything bad is going to happen to you in the middle of New York City at, you know, in the middle of the night. 2 young girls, we had a great time. And so that was the first time I got to see J-Lo in person. And I've been a fan ever since. Shortly after that is when she got divorced from that dancer, and then she started dating Ben. And by that time with Ben, I was going into fashion school. And so, oh my gosh, I loved her and him. I was totally for it. That whole relationship, her style, her fashion when she was with him, the Jenny from the Block video with her and him, her haircut, I mean, everything. She just looked on point. I loved her style. She just looked so good. She looked happy, genuinely happy. And so, you know, now that she's with him after all these years, I'm like, holy crap, I am reliving that time when I was just totally loving. I was a fangirl. I was totally for the, what is it, Bennifer? I was totally there for it, and I'm there for it now. And it's nice to see it come full circle for her, because I know that, you know, that industry is tough. I can only imagine the crap she's had to endure and you know, mocking her for all her relationships that haven't worked out. So never mind that. I love her fashion. I love her style. When I was in fashion school, I worked at a luxury mall here in Miami. And next door we had the Just Cavalli store. So this is back when all the designers had all their stores. Oh my gosh. I love Roberto Cavalli. He is one of my favorite designers. And so she used to wear a lot of his stuff, the animal prints, just stunning. And so there's so much fashion that I love from her. So many styles that she wore. She, you know, she was inspiration to me when I was designing stuff in school. And so, you know, it's crazy how she's older now, and so am I. But like, I still have that, like, that fangirl thing for her, and now it's like, wow, you know, like she looks like she's happy. You know, it worked out for her. So I want to share some of my favorite styles of her throughout the years. I don't know if I can even share some of these images because, you know, you pull them off the internet and I think there's copyright issues. So I just want to pull some of my favorite ones that I love from back in the day and even like up until now. She still looks amazing. And one thing I always remember from her, and I tell this to everybody who asks me, oh my God, your skin's so pretty, you don't even look your age, blah, blah, blah. I tell them, don't drink alcohol. Drink a lot of water and don't drink so much alcohol. It ruins your skin. It sucks it dry, and that's why you have wrinkles and what is the crow feet on the corner of the eyes so young, because you're not being good to your skin. And that was one thing she always said, that she didn't drink. Occasionally, you know, socially you'd see her maybe a champagne or something, but I always remember her saying that, and so I kind of just like stuck to that. And so if that's any advice I can give you girls, stop drinking, because I'll be 40 next year and my skin looks good. I don't let anybody touch my face with any needles. So just so you know, what you see is legitimate. So I hope you like the styles that I share with you. Maybe they'll bring back some nostalgia from those of you who are my age and have watched her career. You know, and she still looks good. She's killing it, you know, and she's happy and vibrant, and it shows. And so I hope that, you know, when I'm her age, I still rock it like her. She's definitely my inspiration. So, all right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to put up some pictures if I can find any of the developed film from when I went to see her in New York. And this is back in 2001, right before 9/11. So this was, I think, July, like the month of her birthday. And then like the next month, I think, was when Aaliyah died, which was devastating. You guys remember Aaliyah? She was in the Bahamas filming the Rock the Boat video, and then the plane crash. It was awful. And then 9/11. So yeah, I mean, that was a crap year, but I hope you like the pictures. Alrighty. All right. Take care. Big hug. Bye. So I already filmed that other part, but I wanted to add that I'm not really a celebrity type fan person, if you will. Like, I don't really follow celebrities. I'm not, you know, in all that gossip type stuff. But J-Lo's pretty much the only celebrity that I've followed, that I really even care about. Other than that, like, the only other like celebrities maybe would be models. I've met all of the top Victoria's Secret models back when I was in fashion school. The top 5, which were Giselle, Heidi, Tyra Banks, Alessandra, and Adriana, came to Lincoln Road, and this was probably like 2004, 2005. And so it was a meet and greet at the Victoria's Secret in Miami Beach. So I got to meet those 5 beautiful women. So them, and then the only other celebrity like that I maybe just, she was like another muse type for me, is Monica Bellucci, which is the Italian model actress who's done lots of Dolce Gabbana ads, and she is beautiful. The first time I saw that woman was in that movie with Bruce Willis, Tears of the Sun. When I saw her in that movie, I was like, oh my gosh, who is she? She's beautiful. And she like was with dirt on her face in that movie. It was based in Africa. And so it was very much in the jungle setting. And she was just like, wow, with all that crap on her face, all that dirt. And she was just like, wow, gorgeous. So that's the only other lady that you know, I was a fan of, still am, because she's still stunning. But other than that, like, I don't really follow celebrities. But J-Lo's my girl. J-Lo is my girl. So I just wanted to point that out. Okay. Oh, and I also wanted to add one more thing based on my obsession with Jennifer Lopez. Right before COVID, she did obviously the Super Bowl here in Miami. And I've probably given that YouTube video a good million views. I've rewatched that show. It was awesome. I'm half Colombian, so I love Shakira. She did fantastic. I mean, amazing. Shakira killed it. And then J Balvin was there too, right? He came out with J-Lo. But when J-Lo did her whole thing, I was like, wow, yes, 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 I love it. Yes, Jenny from the Block, you know, all the songs. I love it. And now I replay it and my daughter watches it. And my daughter, who's 9, is like getting obsessed with J-Lo too. She's loving her. I'm like, oh my God, she is her mother's daughter. Thank you, Jesus. But that show, those girls killed it. And then they had J Balvin come out with J-Lo. And then the outfits, everything. J-Lo just rocked it. I've just go on YouTube and relive it. That show, I don't know who's going to top that Super Bowl show ever, because those girls killed it. So I just wanted to also point that out, that I've given that video probably a million views. I've just rewatched it. I also went to see J-Lo in 2019. She was doing her 50th birthday concert. And so she had, 2 or 3 shows here in Miami, and I went to one of them. I was living life. And like, something that pissed me off, and I'm going to tell you straight out, like, I'm standing there dancing my ass off. I was pretty close to the stage. So, you know, I was cloud 9. But I'm looking around the arena here in Miami, and everybody's just standing or sitting, holding their phones, videotaping her. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with all you people? Why aren't you dancing? I was the only person dancing in that entire freaking place. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that they're just standing there videotaping her. I mean, I'm sure they were like in awe. Oh my gosh, there's J-Lo. But hello, she was singing all these dance songs. What the hell are you people thinking? So yes, I got to see her when she did her show, and I have video, so I'm going to add it in here somewhere. But of course, I just had to add that so you just see the level of obsession that I have for her. Okay, all right, bye.
Oh
Okay, and to further add, I always said that I was going to design her a dress. Back when I was in high school, going into fashion school, I always said it. One day she's going to wear one of my dresses. And I still believe that that's going to happen.